So you know I got to lean in.
What's the TTT? What's going on, everybody? Yes, honey. It is time to. Whoa, wait a minute. What's going on?
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought
Hold
I
up,
was
swallow.
spinning?
Hey,
I can't wait to party. I can't
did
wait.
Beyonce sample that too? Because you know she's sampling everything, girl. She's getting the people for the music.
Okay.
Oh, I love Queen Bee. So, what's going on, Nushka? How you doing? Everybody, it's time to lean in, bitch. What's up? I'm Chase, and this is the Married to Medicine Review. Thank you for tuning in with us for episode 4. With me, I have our most esteemed panel, some of my favorite people. Jasmine, how are you? You look good. You look good.
I look blessed. Thank you, guys. I'm good.
Yeah. And the one and only, honey, Mr. Cross. What's going on, Mr. Antonio?
I'm good. What's up with you, Chase? Oh, I got to correct something you just said. It's not some of his favorite people. It's all of his favorite people. Be clear.
Thank you.
I'll neither confirm nor deny those allegations. Speaking of my most favorite person in the whole wide world, and no, it's not Mariah Huck, it is
Sammy. Sam.
We call him Sam over here.
Why y'all keep kicking me out? I couldn't hear nothing. I couldn't.
The scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bull. Hey, we got in the Hey Sass K. Hey, Brooke Dubois. How you doing, Brooke Dubois? I love to say Dubois.
She's giving like she's for your cousin.
Dubois sounds so rich, Brooke. Just to FYI.
So rich.
David. All of that, yes.
Hey, Morgan. Hey, Ebony. Yes, Ebony says that your hair is very pretty.
Yes, I like it. Jasmine, you didn't got done up today. You ready to talk, huh?
I'm going to Miami tomorrow, so all my Miami links.
Makes sense.
That's why she was quiet earlier today in the group.
She was in there prepping the manicure, pedicure. Okay, I see it now.
Well, I don't have none, so let me not do that. I don't think I got nubs, child. All right, let's get right on into it. But before we do, always make sure that you guys like this video, click the link to subscribe, and watch us on other shows that we have as well. This show, every time I think it's going to be a light moment, it's hot and heavy. It started off hot, it ended hot, and it kept going all the way through. So we're going to get right into it. Hey, Taylor, let's get right into it. So we pick right up where we left off with Heavenly storming out of contestant's intervention, calling Simone a flip-flopping bitch, and she knows that it was her and dumbass Toya that set it up.
Yeah.
Cone is hurt, baby. She is hurt down to the house, and now she knows that Heavenly isn't the friend that she thought that she was. Quiet says that she doesn't think that they were wrong, but because Heavenly feels ambushed, that they didn't get any answers. And you know what? I must say, I agree. Sometimes you got to get the answers, and all the time you get the answers, and then you explode. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. Now, Simone says she does not think that there's the right or wrong way to approach Dr. Heavenly because after they've told her numerous times, she still ends up dragging him anyway.
Yes.
So then Heavenly tells Jackie to come outside to check on her, and as she is doing that, Heavenly puts on that voice. Because I'm so hurt, Jackie. I can't believe they would do me like this. Why would they do me this way, girl? She puts on that voice, and she is laying it on thick. And while she's laying it on thick on the outside, Simone and Quad are getting it on hot and heavy on the inside, right? So Simone and Quad get into it. Did I say Simone and Quad? I think I said Simone and Heavenly, but
yeah.
Simone and Quad. Okay. Simone and Quad then get into it, and Quad said that the difference is that she calls Heavenly, and she tells her when Heavenly has fucked up. But Simone objects and shuts it down, saying that Quad, you too have showed your slip because you were cussing her out on the Instagram. Quad says she's had 15 conversations with the bitch, aka Heavenly. She said she's had 15 conversations with the bitch before she finally snapped, and it was well earned. And Simone assures her that they have as well. They then get into another screaming match, and Toya, all but eloquently, well, actually also eloquently, points out that these two girls are arguing about the same thing, and only Dr. Heavenly has the magic to make something like that happen. And then they ended off Simone saying, if you're going to drag her, she is not fucking with you because this is America.
And
she gets to choose. She does and does not fuck with. I ask you, what do you guys think about that? That was a lot. So what do you guys think about the first part of the opening scene? I leave it up to whoever wants to go.
Jasmine.
Oh, I guess. Well, I guess. Well, I love Simone, and I just feel like when you get to a point with somebody that y'all gonna be in the same area, you're gonna be in the same room, so you just let go. I mean, not let it go, but I see you. We see each other, type of shit. So I am kind of feeling Simone. I've always liked her, but this season I see her as standing firm on shit, and that's what I'm appreciating with her. As far as the Heavenly thing, she's a classic narcissist. At the end of the day, you do all this shit that it showed you did all this shit, and then your ass want to turn into a victim. I can't take it. So I'm glad that Heaven is getting what she's due. And I really agree with you when it comes to the point of like making sure that when you start some shit that you get the answers first before somebody be able to use that shit as a way to be a victim at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the continuation from last week into this week. It was like we picked up right where we left off with no kind of intermission or anything like that. As Jasmine stated, Heavenly, it's odd that she still doesn't see what she's done to her friends, regardless as to if it was discussed on the show. You, my friend, you don't go and then add fire onto that flame that's already burning. So it's odd that she looks at herself as a victim, like, look what they did to me. No, look what you did to actually cause this to happen. Now, do I think that it could have been handled better? Possibly, but I mean, sometimes you gotta go above and beyond to get a bitch to understand, and I think that's what Contessa was trying to do, maybe. With the whole Simone and Quad situation, that was the funniest argument I've ever heard. Because Quad is yelling in her proper voice. Simone is loud and just country, and when she said the whole "This is America," Quad couldn't do shit but laugh, because that was just like the funniest thing ever. But it's so true. Like, I can choose who I fuck with and who I don't. And right now, she's not fucking with Heavenly. I don't really see the flip-flopping thing. I know Heavenly has mentioned that a couple of times in regards to Simone. I don't see it, so maybe it becomes more apparent as the season goes on, but I don't see that. Simone actually has been one of my favorites the entire time from the very beginning.
Yeah. I loved it. The to be continued. It was perfect to start this episode off. I enjoyed Heavenly. Walking out upset, calling Simone a flip-flop, but calling Toya dumb. I do think that overall, like, in being realistic about it, Heavenly is centering herself. She's not, granted, the approach to get her to see what she did was not the right way. It was ineffective. They were going to get no answers doing it that way. But she still is centering herself to be upset with Contessa for being upset with what she did. I don't know. It's like a double standard. It's like she knows she's wrong, but for some reason she wants some type of grace as to come out and say, I fucked up, or I shouldn't have done this. But I mean, I think it could have been done better. But I mean, Heavenly's just not. She's not being fair. As far as Simone and Quad, that whole thing was hilarious to me. Even from the start of it, when Quad, I believe she interrupted Simone. Mm-hmm. And that Simone was like, I let you talk, so let me talk. To the Quad got mad. Well, you know what? Bye, bitch. Bye. Like, what? You can't let her speak. It was hilarious. So it was a good way to kind of break the tension between them and then continue to move on with the situation.
Yeah, it was a real friend moment.
It was a real friend moment.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, bitch, well, how far you gonna go with this shit?
I enjoy them. I do. I hate to say it. Lord Jesus.
You enjoy Quad?
Listen, I'm very fair. Just because somebody may be my favorite, it doesn't mean I'm going to negate. I'm going to call it as I see it. Right. And I like Quad this season. I said that a couple of episodes ago. And I like Quad this season. She's going to probably, I'm not even going to do that. Right now, in the season, in the moment.
Right now.
I like Quad.
I love a conscious chase. Let's keep rolling with this all season.
I think that she's been doing, like, she's being more organic this season. Like, maybe the way was on the first season, then everything else in between was just like for show. But I feel like she's grown, like she's, has in age, of course, has grown up. Mm-hmm. And she's just become more mature and with the cameras on and stuff like that. I thought it was really funny that one little part when Simone was like, this is America, I got choices. And just thinking about the shit we don't have choices on right now. I know she didn't know that was going to happen now, but it's just crazy to me. But I enjoy Simone because regardless, she's from Tennessee, and I just have that type of bond with her.
Now let me say this, Sammy. I want to be very clear though.
To me,
just as yes, because I want you to hear it.
All right, son. Don't make me hang up.
I know you best is quiet. Well, if you hang up, let's see if I answer the phone again. No, I'm joking. But no, seriously, I want to say this though. I've seen Quad cut out better friends for less. So I want to see what energy she's gonna have with Dr. Heavenly, because that we're going to get in which we're going to get into in just a few scenes is a hot ball mess. And there's no way around it. There's no excuses for it. There's no way around it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna tolerate it. She has cut off better friends.
Okay. We're not gonna talk about it.
Speaking of Quad, I think my favorite part of that whole episode was when I'm taking my cup and I'm gone. Fuck y'all hoes. I'm finna take my drink and I'm on the road.
And the only
like Quad is drinking and driving. Don't do that.
Oops.
Right. The only thing that would have made it better,
right, Monique.
Solo cup, a red Solo cup. She would have walked out with a little straw.
I would have known she was from Florida. That's neither here nor there. Okay, so we get back into the scene as we're going to get back into, and Heavenly just needs so much time, Jackie, because I'm hurt. I mean, listen, in the pantheon of great Real Housewives, reality TV, Married to Medicine, Emmy-worthy performances, do we feel that Heavenly is putting her best white woman voice to get these people up off her, or what? What do we think about that hurt voice that Heavenly has?
That one didn't have nothing on the one she did later on with Daddy.
No. Oh my God, we're gonna get into
that.
That
Was the winner.
That voice up with Daddy, baby. Baby, I'm thinking about you how to get the daddy calling her the mama. Anyway, okay. Heavy needs time because she is hurt. I put Heavy. I write Heavy on to abbreviate because I'm trying to like get it all together. But no disrespect to Heavy. Excuse me, Heavenly. Heavenly, girl, the lady needs time. Girl, you know your name, Johnny. The lady needs time and she is hurt. But Jackie says in her confessional, and not to Heavenly's face, that she doesn't get it and that Heavenly isn't equipped to take a slap in the face for a slap in the face that she has done to someone in the past. I just want to add something really quickly, okay? This is half of the problem because, Jackie, now you have exhibited that you recognize the signs where she is going wrong and you don't correct that bitch in the moment. That's a woman who needs in the moment correction. If you do not go ahead and correct her in the moment and you come back weeks later, she is going to let it fly. So you must make it apply. I did not like that from Jackie, but we're going. Let me go on right on. Okay. I just didn't like that. I'm sorry. I had to say that right there because I did not like that. Okay, so the ladies are leaving and the group is in disarray, but Heavenly is blocking the driveway. Jackie goes on to check on Contessa and says, this is what, I don't know if you guys caught it. I didn't catch it until today when I did the recap. When Jackie comes into Contessa's room, Contessa says that Jackie was completely fucking right about who Heavenly is. Did you catch that?
I heard that.
I did.
I heard that.
Wow.
Yeah, that caught me off guard too. I heard that.
I said, ooh. And I wrote after that, catch, honey. Catch, did you catch that? Did you catch that, T? And we're going back to Quad telling Anila that she doesn't like it. Heavenly treats her friends like her enemies, but she still feels like the whole event was wrong across the board. Contessa doesn't know how Jackie tolerates it, and Jackie says that Heavenly's digs at her husband have no weight in her life. But Contessa is offended, and now that Heavenly has been reckless with her, she can now be reckless with Heavenly. I leave it unto you.
I'm sorry.
I'm in a good mood, y'all. I am in a good mood, girl.
I want to see what type of reckless Contessa is referring to. But in all of this, I do want her to, just like Heavenly, I mean, I guess she's centered herself, but I do want her to realize that all of this was put out there by her and Scott. So I don't want her to take some type of accountability for that as well. I do want her to do that.
Well, sort of. She never said that man was abusive.
She showed denied.
To my knowledge.
I mean,
she did not say
everybody
she was abusive, but she made comments like, "You don't want to deal with the wrath of Scott." What is the wrath of Scott? Nobody knows.
But you know what? I don't think you guys.
Some people, I don't want to deal with the wrath of you sometimes when I say stuff about Candy, but
exactly.
I don't think you abusive.
Okay, so saying that, are you saying that I'm verbally abusive? Are you saying
that's what I'm saying? I don't think you're abusive. I wouldn't say you're abusive.
Sometimes you can be, unless it's
Jasmine.
I'm just playing. Now, I don't feel as though that it was right for her to be saying that about that with his husband. Everybody has brought relationship issues on this show from
not heavily though.
Everybody been heavily. Everybody, Toya, Jackie, Simone, everybody. So is it not? And I don't like Contessa like that. But is it not like a grace for her to be able to do the same without being talked about on that level. Because you can say some shit and be like, well, if Heavenly would have said some shit like, "Oh, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde is because that's what he give me," then I would have been cool with that. But he beat on her. I mean, not beat on her, but he's emotionally abusive. Maybe something else. It's given. He's a doctor. These are people's livelihood.
Yeah.
Somebody is just insinuated that she was a drunk when she first got on there. Whatever. I know what's in your mug and stuff, and she went the fuck off. So we need to just come on now. Come on.
Yeah,
down.
And let's be very clear. I'm sorry, Antonio. Let's be very clear what the issue is. The issue is not that they're discussing their storyline. The issue is that you're using it and taking it and expounding on it and telling people and adding things to the story that the people don't know, that is not their motherfucking business. Because if it was their business, it would be aired, they would have shared and discussed it. So although it is pretty good, and you almost got away with it, Dr. Heavily, it still does not negate the fact that you do not seem to take. What's Sammy come back to me? I'm begging you, please.
I feel like it's missing the point. Like on YouTube stuff like that, she is getting money for this shit as well. So you're not only on the show with me getting money, but now you're talking about me or being on the show deep down in some shit that you don't have no real knowledge of, and that's enough to me. Like, don't monetize off my issues and my trauma and stuff like that. Do your shit. What's Daddy doing? Who he fucking on? How about
Exactly.
So, question: do y'all think that because they spoke so much off camera, contestant Heavenly, that Heavenly may be somewhat alluding to things that contestant has told her in
absolutely. And that's what another part of where my issue with the whole thing comes in at. If contestant's saying what she says on the show, okay, cool. But you, my friend, you don't then go on your show, and if somebody's asking you a question that's about my marriage, you skip over that question. You don't got to answer them questions on your fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean,
for the YouTube
people,
do that. No offense. Wait, hold on, no offense. No offense, because we love our viewers, we love our supporters. So no offense, but we're not going to run each other's business down on here. If we do, then we know what to come with. You get what I'm saying? So we're not, and I'm sure as some of our viewers have their own show, they know what they will and won't do. And she's a very smart woman. She knows what she's doing. And so when she gets called out on it, for her to be the straight shooter that she is, the fact that she can't straight shoot about her own business or about when she fucks up with other people's business is quite baffling to me. But we're going to move on, you guys. We got a lot of show. Okay. So we get the rapid scenes, of course. And the one that stuck out to me was Quad's mama loving that hamburger. And Quad asking her, because she slapped her mama say, I ain't say Hold up. Not this mama. But then we go ahead and we get right into another thick, hot, and heavy scene as Toya visits Dr. Simone, and they go ahead and download about the previous night at Combs. Why did I write Contessa? At Contessa's. Simone says when Anila walked in that she take the energy, and they feel like Anila, Jackie, and Quad are still kissing Heavenly's ass. Simone personally wants to know, are they enabling her or are they just afraid of her? And you know what? I think it's a little bit of both. I think that they know that lady knows where those bodies are buried, which is why, and I'm going to say this, it may, now that I'm verbalizing this, it may explain why Quad has been so willing to give her so many passes when she has dropped better friends for less. Anyway.
I'm going to put on a shirt for your birthday, okay? I got it.
I don't want it. You keep it. I'm going to be ass whipping for your birthday. You want that? See how you bring it down to me, y'all?
Just know my mama got a lot of purses.
Oh, God.
My mama make pocketbooks. So Heavenly then meets up with Anila for lunch, and she thought that I thought Contessa was a friend, and to support Heavenly's claim that her and Contessa are such great best friends, they muster up the 3 scenes that they could find for the last 4 years of them interacting with each other. Toya says that Anila is an idiot, but they all share. While Heavenly deflects and never shares her business, Heavenly takes their business and laughs at it. She also shares that, Anila also shares that Quad said that Eugene told a group of people that marrying Toya was the worst mistake ever, and that Toya is miserable, and Simone, she don't even know. Before we get into the bomb, let's just get into the bomb. Anila says that Quad had your back. So Anila is making sure that their alliance, their friendship is intact, and that she is very clear that Heavenly understands that Quad had her back in the moment.
Yeah.
Heavenly says she doesn't want to hear it. Anila, you do not want to go there with me. And Anila clarifies that Quad is not mad about the ass shots and those allegations, but that she is more mad about the sleeping with married men rumor. But Heavenly doubles down and says that it's out there, and the wife, boop, is telling everybody in Atlanta.
Yep.
I ask you. I leave it to y'all because I don't know what to say about it.
Are we running through that? Well, the only thing that really mattered in that moment was probably to sit down with Heavenly and Anila. And Anila was very like, hey, don't go and fuck this up and don't say no more about Quad because we can't lose her out of the alliance. So that to me is kind of what they gave. And when Heavenly had her hot mic moment, it was very odd because then in the confessional, she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nobody's name. But you just said it. And you didn't know that you was on camera. She was on her recap, she was mad about that. She was mad at Bravo. She called them dirty and messy or some shit like that because they showed that part. Anila is an idiot. And
Toya was right about that.
Anila is sitting there with Heavenly. I'm not going after nobody's appearance or anything like that, but I will say this:
do it.
You sitting there with Heavenly. You should be making an appointment with Heavenly Smiles to get that motherfucking toothpicks out of that empty spot right there on the bottom of your motherfucking mouth. That's what Anila should have been doing.
Oh my God!
Instead of filling her face and her lips with stuff, she should have been filling that motherfucking space in on the bottom of her mouth.
You're not gonna come on this show and call that lady Snaggletooth. You're not gonna do it.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just what it. I mean, I'm like, you spent $3 million on a house, but you ain't getting that little toothpick. That costs like a few $100 for you to get that put in. Get that done. I'm sorry.
She better vlog with a dentist or something. She could get that done.
What happened to the dentist?
That's worse than missing that side too, right?
Dentist said she better blog for a dentist and get it done for free.
Wait, before I let y'all wait. Well, let's say they're done. Get out of it. Get your ass out of
They're doing too good, but they done though. But I mean, you can't get the top teeth fixed and not the bottom. They got to match.
Did y'all see the kind of flashback where they showed when Toya and Simone was talking, and when Heavenly sit down, Anila was like, "They're about to attack you" when they was in the theater. That was funny as hell to me.
I can see why.
You know what she was doing?
They're gonna attack you.
Attack you on the side of shit. I cannot stand a bitch like that.
It was funny because Anila was like, she got to protect Heavenly at all costs.
It ain't even that. She got to protect herself. She is scared of
Heavenly.
But
I feel like if she protects Heavenly, then she's like, she's what comes along with that. So she's gonna be good for another season.
Just giving Cynthia, baby, but that's just my.
I
mean, that's just, when she first got with any type of thing, she's scared to kind of make her own path and kind of stump her own ground. So at the end of the day, she's funny. She's a jokester, honey. And want to laugh. She make jokes and shit. Stand on that shit. I can't stand a person like Anila. I do not like nobody because, honey, you could have left. You seen what was going on before Heavenly got in that motherfucker. You could have left and said, I'm not with this, but you didn't have the room to surprise, bitch, because I wanted to see. So.
Yeah, she could have went that bucket and grabbed that phone and said, "Hey, bitch, turn around." But you do got.
That phone was in them buckets.
She could have went and got her phone. She could have went and got that phone.
Who gonna try to go through contest a big bodyguard ass to try to get their phone back?
She put that phone down, didn't her? She put that phone down, didn't her?
She is muscular.
She knew what the hell was going on. My girl just gonna hit the phone, child. Just gonna take it. The people in the chat are not here for Anita.
Yeah.
For Anita.
That was last season too.
Baby, I hated her last season. I hated this one too. The pits. But there goes Heavenly again, doing it again, throwing the rock and high in her hands. You purposely dropped it. Even if you did not think, let me tell you something, okay? When I filmed with Married to Medicine, when I worked for Lisa Nicole, one of the nicest people to me outside of Toya was Dr. Heavenly. Literally tried to steal me from Lisa Nicole, right? And Dr. Heavenly showed me a trick that they do when they don't want a conversation to be picked up. They're very cognizant this many seasons into the game that they are mic'd, that there's a camera around, that there's a boom mic. They are very cognizant of what they do. So what she was doing when she didn't want it to pick up, because she was talking some real cold cash shit. That lady is crazy, y'all. The microphone, this is the microphone, right? So this is what they do. So I'm talking to you, and you hear this, and you can't use it because it's doing this, right? That was one of the tricks that they used. What's her name in Beverly Hills is on Watch What Happens Live. Now she's going to OC. Taylor said one of the things that they would do if they didn't want it to be used was they would sing a song that they knew Bravo wasn't going to license. So they would just start singing it, and they would have to chop the footage. So they have each cast has their own way that they get around things. It was very on purpose. It was very malicious, and she can because you did it. If it was that big of a secret and you didn't want anybody to know, why wouldn't you tell Anila once y'all left the scene?
Why wouldn't you just
text
shut the
message
fuck
at the
up?
table or something? You said it on camera. You were
Why
Mike.
wouldn't you just shut the fuck up about your friend?
Was she mad at Quad going into that conversation with Anila? Because what did she feel like Quad was in on it too? Because if you say that, because she's calculated, I can see that in her. So she's calculated enough to go to the dinner and the brunch or whatever, and then say what she said about Quad and not try to hide it and do all that shit. So was she upset that Quad was there and not Anila was there?
I feel like that's what it was.
Maybe she was, because that makes sense in why Anita would say, Quad had your back.
Okay.
So,
but then why would Neely even ask the question, who was it? Like, why? She didn't have the sense to wait till let's get off camera.
Because Neely don't give a fuck about them people.
She don't care. She just want to be in the mix. She just there.
She want to be on TV.
She in it now.
She just there to keep lying about that Big Lots furniture. So fuck her.
Let me tell you something. I am done with Anita and her motherfucking husband, and it's what it is. We're going to get into it. Like to hear go. Anybody got anything else they want to say about heavily purposely putting that business out on national television and feigning ignorance, like she didn't know they were filming, and oh my god, Girl, anybody else got something to say about it?
She just need to be beat up.
At this point,
the biggest thing that Anila could have did after that conversation was take it straight to Quad. If she wanted to know names and drop it like that, and she knew everything was going to be said, she should have took it immediately to Quad. So we'll see.
Yeah,
and she is reckless. I understand that that. I understand she is crazy to me because anybody mention Daddy, come near Daddy, she about to cut you. Why would you put out that Eugene said that? It's just the check. It's not adding up to me, y'all. Like, I get it. It's war. You don't teach nobody how to fight, but you don't tell nobody how to fight. I get all of that. But Heavenly makes it known that she is one of the more principled persons on this platform. That she has her beliefs. She believes in marriage. She doesn't do anything to come against marriage. So when the lady from the past brought up the infidelity, she was hot about it. Yet she tears down Eugene in that moment. I just think that something's got to be done. This is getting out of control, you guys. I'm not here for it.
I was also thinking, if Eugene did that in front of people, I know there has to be a video of that. Did nobody take that out and record it?
Right. You just
because he said it in front of a group of people. Okay.
Oh, David, baby, we're gonna get into it, baby. You thought you had Chase Luther King before, baby. We're gonna get into it. Mad now. Oh, baby, I'm mad. I'm hot.
Oh, I had something to say about that, David, but let's get to it.
All right, so we're getting right back into it. Cone has a fine patient, and she's celebrating a year opening up her business. Congratulations, yeah, move out the way. Anila is struggling with her children, and she thinks we're supposed to be her bad. Oh, well, so sad, too bad, making my mad. Move out the way. Does anybody want to talk about them? Because I'm moving along.
Them kids bad and loud as hell.
Oh, my God.
Get her back, because, my God, the house is out of control.
Let me play that shit.
The man was fine as fuck, okay? I'm sorry. I was in the thing, I was like, oh, God, sorry. He was fine as fuck. My God, sorry. That's it.
down to that Miami Miss thing, got them nails in, hair did, everything did. Okay. All right, you guys. So Heavenly tells Daddy that they ambushed me by that intervention. And she also said it makes her sad because me and Contessa, we were nearly besties. And she ganged up with me with women that she knows I don't like. Here's this picture of me and Contessa from the 1 or 2 parties that we've been together over the past 10 years that she's been on this show. But Damon, always being the voice of reason, he says that maybe that if you stop that bullshit, they would, because you're a leader in this group, that it would come out better for her and she would probably get more respect from the ladies and she should respect the ladies more in return. They end the scene by basically Heavenly, presenting these Halloween costumes, and Heavenly, while she's going as Cleopatra, is this because I'm not reading this? Okay. Heavenly's going as Cleopatra, but Daddy will be going as Pharaoh. I just thought it was funny. Daddy's gonna be going as Pharaoh. I was like, girl, where is she from? Because it is hilarious the way that she talks. What you guys think about Daddy giving her some discipline, in the words of Antonio Cross? What do you guys think about Daddy giving that much needed discipline in the moment? He heard that story and he called out.
He needs to give her more. And it's odd that she kind of put on that act in front of him, but then I'm like, I know he see you on YouTube acting a damn fool, because even on her YouTube, she's like, he only reason why she apologized most of the time is because he tell her to, and she said most of the time she don't even mean it. She just kind of say it because he told her to say it, but she don't be meaning that shit. So I'm like, well, damn. So which apology was you sincere about then? Is you've apologized 5 million times over the last few seasons since you've been on the show. They must have got their bedroom furniture for free as well. I see they tried to update the look of the room by putting in 2 like emerald green chairs and thinking that was going to give the room a boost of energy and make the room look like it's been redone. Well, it ain't done, Heavenly. It ain't done. That shit looked like it was in the house when you bought it back in 1998. So
I say, damn, did the bitch live in a treehouse? What is all this glitter going on?
A treehouse.
My God. My God. She said, wait, well, let me tell you what took me out. She said, Daddy, we all talk about each other. Some people, Toy even said my house was dirty. I thought it was funny. Daddy was like, that shit ain't funny, and I know you ain't said on camera, man. She was like, girl, what?
But more thing, she has said that, like, that they all have said things about each other. Yes, y'all have said things about each other while y'all were on the show and feuding, so that's understandable. But nobody has really ran their friends in the ground like you have. You're not just going in on people that you're into it with. You're going in on your friends. So that's the difference there.
And he sees that shit. That's why he just knows how to talk to her, tap dance around the shit, but get directly to the point. I like Dr. Damon. He's just like a really good guy to be, like an Omega man, just really sweet and just hardworking. I don't know. I love me a cute doctor.
He does seem like a good guy. I like Dr.
Yeah, but I just feel like, but there is a level of enabling that he does to her, because at the end of the day, you ain't got to scream at your wife, but there is a level of honesty that I feel like you should have in a marriage. And he's been on the show. Somebody said he don't watch the content, and that very much be true. But he's been on the show long enough to know and see the shit that she has done. So it is a level of accountability that I wish that he would have with her as well.
Yeah, whether he's watched or not, he said it enough reunions to know Heavenly be out there causing hell. So
Yes.
I mean, what can he tell? I think the advice he gives her is sound advice, but what he can't force her to take it. Yeah,
it's almost like a Greg and Nene type of situation. Like
I'm
sure Greg was trying to give her the right tools, and she's just like, all right, and she was just going to do what she wanted. So
they room looks stank. I just want to say that.
You said look musty.
They room.
Musty.
It probably got the K wood in there. They've had it for so long.
On the Barcal Lounge. Boy, we are throwing them people up tonight, baby. They say, Antonio, you was off chiseling tonight, baby. What's going on, Antonio? Girl, I saw all that motherfucking wood. I said, I know they lied. I know they let the people feel that.
Put the 2 green
Everybody
chairs
get y'all ass out of here.
She put them 2 green chairs in there and thought she did something. It ain't work.
Yeah.
Keep going, baby.
Got it from Aaron.
That's what they call a good bedroom suit. Bitch, where did you get that bedroom suit? Where you got that
with a wardrobe.
Oh shit! Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I know we were talking about BitLots a couple weeks ago, but bitch, oh Lord, you need to get.
That's not BitLots. What she got going on?
That ain't BitLots at all, baby.
That's Hobby Lobby.
That's not enough.
That's like a local situation. It ain't BitLots.
Not enough.
Atlanta Pick and Save.
That's it on the damn. She got that shit for the what? Piglet to the Wiggly, girl. Down on the street. All right, we done throwing you up heavily, but you throw everybody else up. And I know you like a good joke, so I know if you're watching this review, you're laughing about it because you know everybody loves a good joke.
Right.
All right, it's Halloween in Atlanta, and it's the group's first Halloween party since Toya's epic season 3 party, where Heavenly almost beat up a pregnant woman. But y'all didn't see that because they didn't air. Oh, y'all want to hear the story? It was so good, right? So
alleged mess, and this is all alleged.
this is alleged because I don't know. I mean, I don't know what my eyes saw, but I don't know what they saw. So this is season 3. This is in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the night, in the heat of the moment between Toya and Simone are hot and heavy, and then there is Quad and Lisa Nicole hot and heavy over the background checks. There was a person auditioning. I won't say her name, but she was pregnant at the time, and she purported herself to be good friends with Quad and with Lisa Nicole. So she was like trying to make it work and come on, you guys, let's work. But I guess she didn't end up for whatever the reason. I think that was probably one of the last times she filmed with the group. And they just moved on with the story or whatever, like they tend to do when people don't work out. But she was she was pregnant, and they had been having words back and forth for at least 2 to 3 parties at this point, right? Words back and forth. Heavenly and the pregnant lady getting into it. I don't know what that lady said to Heavenly, but Heavenly was going to allegedly beat that lady ass. I had never seen anything like it in my life. I tell you, as we are starting to come to find out, the best stuff that happens on these reality shows never makes air. Hope the lady had a safe pregnancy because we didn't hear anything else from her after that. So the people show up, and Simone is an old rich bitch, which I loved. Simone being an old rich bitch. And Cecil is the guy from Money Heist. I've never seen Money Heist, but I heard it was a good movie. Cecil is the guy from Money Heist. Carrie is a nurse. Poor Carrie, did they just turn her microphone off and just mic her up and let her come to the party? And she thinks she's on the show, but she's not. What is going on this season? Toya and Eugene are Beyonce and Jay-Z. Contessa is out of town, which we later find out isn't true. Dr. Scott is there without his wife for some reason as Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
He is so weird. Remember I told y'all he shows up the red carpets without her too. Like, it's like, what are you?
Who are you?
Are you on the set? Anyway. Quad is Wonder Woman, and Jackie and Curtis are pirates. And last and most certainly least are the Saja Movers, who show up in a moving truck as Anila and Kieran are poking fun at the fact that the Harrises move every season, and the Harrises are pissed. Anila and Kieran feels as if it was humorous, as do most of the group, and Anila says, "Calm down, Beyonce. Take it as a joke." And Kieran says, "That should be funny." Oh my God, what I tell you?
Yes,
I
Sam.
was so offended. I'm sorry, Sammy. I get it. But I was really offended, okay? And the reason why I was offended is because they have done things last season that I felt I didn't, I was like on the borderline, teetering on tottering, calling these people racist, but I didn't really want to do it because, Chase Luther King get a rap for calling everybody racist. But they were very microaggressive last season. And this season, they come in with this black scent yet again that they used last season that was not addressed. The black scent that they had last season, and now they're doing this. I don't like them, y'all. I don't like them. And Dr. Heavenly gives the reason in her blog. Antonio, do you want to give the reason or should I? Because I'm hot right now.
Oh, the reason why they did that? So supposedly, Eugene messaged or DM'd Anila. This, I guess, came up in episode 1, but they didn't show it, stating to Anila in paraphrase that to watch Heavenly and Quad because they weren't really her friends. Heavenly said she initially thought Toya did it, but come to find out it was actually Eugene that did it. So in Heavenly's mind, it was okay for Kieran to be in on the joke because Eugene had messaged Anila. So if men should supposed to stay out of it, then men should be out of it. She also stated that her and Toya, kind of had a discussion about it. And Toya said, yeah, Eugene was wrong and that he shouldn't have gotten, in it. But that was Heavenly's defense as to why she supported them poking fun and Kieran being a part of it was because Dr. Eugene had messaged Anila about, kind of keeping an eye on her and Quad, like basically saying, I guess they weren't really her friends.
I don't know necessarily when it comes down to that joke. I thought it was in poor taste. On the show, it looks like it was unwarranted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even with Heavenly's response, I feel like it was disproportionate to what happened. It was unwarranted. Yes. And I also think that the way that they spoke about what they did was in poor taste. It is the trashiest thing I think I've ever seen in quite some time. Let me tell you something. Why are you speaking that way? I
Right.
just want to know why you're speaking that way. And I know it's people in the group chat that agree, that don't agree. If you do not agree, I strongly implore you, and I'm gonna give you the line. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm not gonna combat you on it. I'm not gonna debate you on it. I want to know why you feel like them speaking in that tone is okay. Because for me, I don't play that shit. I don't like it, and it's never going to fly any day in my sky. Okay. What do y'all think about it? Because I am really high. I already don't like them, and then for them to do that bullshit, not only okay, right? You're doing a black scent. You're making fun of. I get that their finances are up for discussion because it's on the show,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't know where it's coming from. Is it a joke or is it and just a lot of the isms that I could pull out, and I don't really want to do it, but something about it is not sitting right with my spirit. I don't like it. Y'all
I,
go ahead. I ask y'all. I'm sick of that shit. I'm really over it.
I agree, Chase, because even if Eugene did that, and I'm glad that Toya did, say hold her the accountability for it. But she came on the show with Toya. Wasn't she Toya's friend? They were
Yeah.
friends, hanging out. That I felt like that conversation, although it should have came from Toya, was still warranted because that's where they was at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't feel as though Heavenly again is always trying to, make light of somebody else's issues and poking fun at the expense of other people. So of course she's going to agree with that. Anila, what she did was unwarranted. I did like her husband, but after this episode, he goes in the trash with Anila. So somebody just said we did a Pakistani Indian accent, that'd be upset because they would be because never mind. But at the end of the day, I just because I used to work with Indians, but we're not gonna go there. But at the end of the day, I just feel as though Anila is poking and poking and poking. What I didn't like at the thing was like, oh, it's a joke, girl. Don't run away. You not mad, Beyonce. But then when Toya pulled her to the side, she was like, we're not friends. So we're not friends, bitch. Why are you
Yeah,
even
no, yeah.
Exactly.
gonna do something like that? She keeps on just contradicting herself just to have this joke and try to let it land, but it didn't land because we're not friends. You done called me out. I'm looking for the Harrises. You ain't looking for nobody else. And it was a lot of energy that you put for a joke that wasn't funny. And if as the men, as when Eugene said it wasn't funny, then as a man, you should say my bad.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Wait, guys. Hold on, wait, you guys. I am going to turn it on to you, but I just want to address this really quickly, Taylor. Okay, so that shit be funny, right? That
Yeah.
should be funny. That is not a proper sentence. Am I correct? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
It's not a proper sentence. So if it is not a proper sentence, then what is it associated with? Ebonics. Who is Ebonics associated with?
Black people.
Y'all got to stop with that bullshit now. Now I love y'all to death, but we're not gonna get up here and play this mess now. We're not gonna do this. We're
No.
not gonna do this.
Because
We're not gonna do this.
when Jeannie did that shit on Salt Lake City, and she
It was
like,
all hell broke loose.
I'm from Cali. I know what it is. This bitch does it too. She wants to fit in, but at the end of the day, who are you? You want to make jokes, but who are you though? You can't even take care of your kids, bitch. You can't even get them up at the door by fucking 8 o'clock without half of your split end splitting down to the head. So at the end of the day, let's stop acting like we being willfully obtuse about some shit. Stop.
I get some people not taking an issue with it. Everybody's mind frame is the same, so I can get some people not understanding why it is an issue. I do think it was in poor taste because her and Toya are not cool at the moment. So why even come in there with that type of joke? It could have went the wrong way. And it was very Malibu's Most Wanted. The whole B-Rad, the white boy it was just whack. It was annoying as hell to watch. I do feel like something's missing. For Eugene to DM Anila, what prompted that? And then what was told to Heavenly or anybody to make Anila feel a way to come and insult them at the party?
Yeah.
The conversations are missing. Like, it's some missing pieces to that puzzle. Either way, I don't feel like Eugene should message her, but I still do not think that it was enough for them to be offended and go and try to embarrass him at this party full of people.
But why was they offended though?
That's what I'm. Even if Eugene did do it, I don't understand why Karen and Anita were offended to the point of where they needed to go rent a U-Haul truck and get outfits made. It was almost kind of given like they tried to. They had watched like one of the last seasons, maybe season 10 of Housewives, and they was like, "Ooh, Nene and Greg did this. When this situation happened, we should do this." You ain't Nene and you ain't motherfucking Greg. Stay in y'all lane. Y'all should address
And her and Kim were in a war at the time.
They think
Right.
they're slick. Y'all might be right. They keeping that U-Haul around so they can move that furniture when it's time to play like it got stolen.
That's
Right.
one thing about it.
They ain't really. That's their U-Haul. It
They
ain't
damn
really.
fold away
We clock
furniture.
that.
Yeah.
Everything it looked like it was. You could fold every piece of furniture in the house, like you could like fold it down into like a little square. I think that Eugene and Toya had the right to be mad at Kieran and Anila just because, for the simple fact, not because Kieran and Anila did it. Well, yeah, because they did it. Had Heavenly done it, I honestly would have understood. Had Quad done it, I would have understood.
Yes,
but
yes.
With Anita and Kieran doing it, it doesn't make sense. And they've actually kind of been, pretty cordial so far this season from what we've seen. So this seems like it's coming out of left field for them to really be, for them to be arriving at the, at the party and doing that. And you could tell they had Quad and Heavenly, they had all got together and discussed it, and they thought
something happened. Yeah,
because Quad was like, "Come outside, Eugene."
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on down to the thing.
Yeah.
Anila should have had her ass down on YouTube trying to learn how to make them pinto beans while she's stamping and airbrushing jumpsuits with their last name. She doing all the wrong shit.
Not
all the wrong.
Whatever. She got the iron on.
Yet again, I gotta point out Heavenly's hypocrisy. Because if this happens off camera months before filming, then why should they address it now? Isn't that your issue with Contessa?
Yeah.
So once again, I'm sorry when I look at it from all the angles. I love a good read, y'all. Come on now, it's me. I'm not. If it's iconic, it's iconic. I gave Quad her G's. I'm a girl who gives you your 10s if they are due. This fell flat and it was very off the mark. Once I heard why they did it, I said, "That's why they did it."
Yeah,
it was no way. Even before that, once I knew why they did it, just it being in that moment, to me, it just wasn't funny. Yeah. Like I've laughed at the Toya and Eugene financial jokes, some of them over the years, because they put it out there. That to me just was not funny.
It was a target. It's a whole Halloween party in that damn room. People are gonna come in as money heists and rich bitches, and you coming in here directing your whole outfit on somebody that you don't have no war with. Yeah, Nene did that because that was a direct response.
She was responding to somebody fucking with her.
Right, that's true.
Mad at somebody that was your friend telling you to watch your back, and then you get on the show and you didn't watch your back, so now you in the mud with these pigs, and now you want to play games. So I feel like. I feel like that if Toya wanted to retaliate, that she has enough. She's more.
Baby, if Toya wanted to get the rocking, I would have said, "Baby, let's get the knocking. Let's do them. Let's do them, boo. Let's do them." Sass K, now we understand why you feel that way. All right.
Oh, they said we on opposite sides. I understand. I could take a joke, and then I have white friends, and I could. Not a black joke, but I can take a little something. But at the end of the day, when it becomes like you're on a TV show, you're representing your Indian. 1 week we're celebrating Ramadan or whatever the hell it was. I don't mean no disrespect, but we celebrating this. But now we from Chattanooga, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee next week. We can't be all that. We got to have it all come together. So
listen, we love y'all, and I'm glad that y'all have opposing views. We're not going to come in here and get along. Well, we're going to get along, but we're not going to always agree. And if you feel like it, stand on it. I done dropped the link. The line is open. We're going to get into the last scene, but the line is open, honey, and we are ready and willing and able to listen. Yeah. Before we move on to that, just a quick programming note. Please make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this video. Your support means everything to this channel and the panelists that frequent you on more than one occasion for, hours at the end of the week giving you this great content. Make sure that you tune in on Mondays. Last night was Monday, right? What's today, Tuesday? Y'all, I have worked 50 hours this week, and it's just Tuesday, so please. Anyway, last night's Real Housewives of Atlanta was hot and heavy. The girls cracked their season high, and not only is their season high matching the Lean's high, you know what I mean? I just thoroughly enjoyed Monday nights. You guys know that Wednesday is Wednesday Night Live. Come on down to the thing and see us tomorrow night. We will be down there with the people.
And like some maniacs in this thing, y'all.
No, please don't act like no maniacs in that thing, because y'all on that Wednesday night, y'all get a crack for
Making
laughing.
eggs.
We be getting it
But
crunk.
We got to put
that
Jasmine King. You remember that? Jasmine
all
King.
three, watched all three of these shows that come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I watch our shows that don't air live but air throughout the week. And I must say there is something about the Married to Medicine show. This panel, you guys are some of the shadiest bitches I know, and I just wanted to tell you to your face, I love you.
You
All
I know
right.
y'all see my motherfucking halo up there, so
I am me. Listen, I
I'm
am
trying to look for it.
hold up.
this. I'm a
And that's right here.
Mm-mm. Robo,
Oh, okay. Hello.
Robo's adventure. I'm not sure how to say it. He said that Toya and Eugene should come as the robbers that stole the furniture next Halloween, and I agree with that because if
Catch that dirt.
we're making jokes, that's funny to me. Haha, your furniture got stolen.
I
Oh.
think that they should
So they
probably
should
come
come
as
as
some parents
Anila and her
who want
husband,
to watch their
basically.
children. Yeah.
Come as the nanny.
Nika, come as some pinto beans.
Oh,
I hate them. Ooh, I don't like that, y'all. I'm sorry. I know the people don't always necessarily agree, but something about it. I'm not gonna call them racist because that's where I was at. Yeah, that's where I was at when it first aired. But it just felt anti-black to me, y'all, and I'm going to stand on that. They may not be racist, but listen. How many microaggressions can you exhibit? How many times can you be anti-black before there is a problem that it needs to be addressed? Anyway, so we move right along because you guys, the party's not over with, okay? Heavenly apologizes to Quad for her joke and recognizes that it wasn't funny and says that she never said that the rumors were true. They go back and show. She discussed the rumors. And then Quad says, and she is very seriously, sternly looking into the cameras, that Quad saying that, that Heavenly saying those things is giving the rumors validity because the people know that they are close. And Quad sends a stern warning to Heavenly that the next time Heavenly says something about her, she is going to forego their friendship. Little did she know that 20 minutes before that, the bomb had been dropped all over Atlanta.
Yep.
The night the bomb dropped was on Sunday night because baby, Heavenly dropped it on you. As we wrap up the Halloween party, Jackie says that she's looking for her husband, and Heavenly says that she left with another woman. They left with another woman, and I just, again. Anyway,
Yep.
what did you guys think about that before we get into the men and the outgoing?
I think it was again. That was to me that also. Even if you feel like, even if Heavenly does,
let's have it.
even if Heavenly does think that she's joking in her mind, she's joking. She should have seen the pain that her friend went through when that happened to where she would never want to joke like that at all. So I hate that she did that, and I hate that they continue to allow her to do it. But it's almost given like, yeah, she kind of like the leader in her mind. She like the queen bee now. They used to hate for Mariah to say that back in the day or whatever, but now Heavenly really do feels like she's the front runner. Clearly she does because Damon or whatever the fuck his name is, he said that to her as
She's
well.
the leader in the
She even
group.
said on her video last night, her recap, like, well, I guess when it kind of validates it when everybody coming at you, you must be kind of like the leader of the group. But it's like, no, they coming at you because of the bullshit that you are doing, Heavy D. So I need you to fix it like you fix your motherfucking teeth a couple of weeks ago. That's what I need you to do. I need you to fix it. I need you to do better by your friends because
this could have easily been fixed.
it could have.
And that's another thing. Anila coming in there with her husband doing that little bullshit ass prank. That's just adding fuel to the fire. Toya is already upset about this woman going on this YouTube discussing her finance with her husband, and then you come on here with your little joke. It's
Come on now. I mean, I just seen somebody say, "Well, violence isn't funny." I don't know if it was. I don't know who that was, but none of it's funny. That's the point I'm making. At the end of the day, ain't none of it's funny. It's not funny to have jokes at somebody's expense if you don't know them like that. If y'all not cool, it's not funny. So neither is you getting robbed and me coming as a robber. It's funny. So nothing's funny. I love you, Sasuke, though.
I'm gonna quickly break down this scene because Brooke Dubois is waiting in the waiting room,
Brooke.
so I don't want to keep her waiting too long. Because Brooke, I got to hear what you got to say about the people now. The men meet for axe throwing, and Cecil says that he now understands why Big Gene was upset. Kieran then walks in and apologizes and says that if it offends Eugene and Toya, he takes ownership of that, but he still found it funny. and that he won't say any more jokes, and that he would just be the dullest motherfucker in the. Oh, can I say that?
You can say that. You say
I think you
bitch.
say MF.
Wait, Sam.
I would
just
say
say
MF. I don't like
motherfucker.
saying it. No, I'm gonna say MF. He would be the dullest MF in the room. And baby, Big Gene told him to call him an MF again. That Big Gene tweeted that he misheard him. All he heard was MF, and it was on like popcorn. Okay, and I understand that, Big Gene. So we're not gonna break that down because Brooke has been in the waiting room for about 10 minutes. We're gonna let her up. We're gonna let her say her piece. I'm gonna let you guys break that down. I'm sorry, but she's been in there for a minute.
Come on,
Brooke
in.
Dubois, what's the TTT? Brooke Dubois, come on in the room.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Brooke.
I just want to say y'all are my favorite panel, but don't tell the other ones, okay?
We want this a
Oh, we
secret.
love you. Thank
We're
you.
gonna tell her. We're gonna tell her.
I'm about to tell her right now.
I have so many thoughts, but one thing I want to say, and I'm sorry, not sorry, but my name is Brooke, and I'm a heavenly apologist. I don't care. She be funny. Like her YouTube be funny. The stuff that she be saying in the confessionals, it's funny. I just don't understand, especially Contessa. The only person who has, I think, a real reason to be mad is Quad. Because the stuff she has said about Quad has not been on the show. Heavenly's brought that stuff on the show. And one thing Heavenly said on her YouTube was that the rumor about Quad sleeping with married men stemmed from Heavenly making a joke on her YouTube. She said she made the joke about Method Man. She made that joke, and then that's when the rumors kind of came up in the streets. So I feel Quad on being mad about that because they have nothing to do with the show. That's your friend started. Simone has no reason to be mad about the stuff that she said about Cecil, because Cecil came at Heavenly first and she just went back at him. Contessa has no reason to be mad about the stuff said about Scott because she put all that out there. And I don't care if she didn't specifically say that Scott was emotionally abusive, but that is what she told us without saying those words. And that's what she showed us on camera, all these episodes. And if she was so mad about that YouTube, then why did she bring it up at the reunion? Because it's not like Heavenly made these YouTubes after the season was over. She made them in real time. And Contessa was on she was on the YouTube channel.
Brooke, I want you to
now, Mr. Wah.
Brooke, you gotta say the word if you're gonna be on there. You can't
sorry, sometimes that Memphis slip out.
Yes, Memphis.
Okay, Cat Town, we down too. What's up? No,
I'm just saying, like, you can't be mad about it 7 months later. It's giving. She needs a storyline, and last year the storyline with her husband fell flat, and so now she's using Heavenly for a storyline for the past 3 seasons. But for Heavenly, this show would have been trash. It would have been Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Brooke, we was here, Brooke. Don't do that, Brooke.
That's what it would have been. But I'm just I like Heavenly, and I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I like her.
You don't got to be sorry.
There's a lot of things, and a lot of them aren't good, but they're entertaining. She couldn't be my friend.
Yeah.
No,
Nah, see, I'm right there with Brooke. I get Heavenly.
But I don't want no boring people. I don't want no boring people on my reality TV. I don't want a bunch of Contessas. I don't want that. Like, that's not what we're here for. And I'm sorry that Heavenly understood the assignment. And so that's just how I feel. And I will
Brooke,
say,
Heavenly did say on her recap that she knows that she is good TV. So
exactly. Yeah. And I'm watching. And I don't want to watch 4 Toyas or 4 Neelas or 4 Dr. Jackies. Give me a Heavenly, give me a Quad, and hell, give me a Simone loud ass. Like, give me that. Give me something. Don't give me that.
I agree with all the things you said, Brooke, but if they did not, if Heavenly just did not cry on Daddy's shoulder with those crocodile tears saying that they thought she was best friends. These are people, they're saying that they're friends though. That's the only thing now we can be.
Yeah. They always say that, and they always be lying. Like, don't let them lie. They're lying to us. It is what they always say, that y'all can't be falling for the bullshit. They not friends. They're not friends. The last thing I want to say though, Chase, I felt you were so passionate about the movies. I'm gonna go back and watch it because I didn't hear. It's not that I didn't think a black scent's okay. I didn't hear one, but I was also
I
laughing.
understand.
So that might be
I
why I
get
didn't hear.
it.
So I'm gonna go back and look and save my.
You know what it was for me,
opinion
Brooke?
about it.
Let me tell you what it was for me. It was just so quick back to back. It was, what's wrong, Beyonce? Doing her hand like that. And then her husband says,
That should be funny.
that should be funny. It's
I
like,
got
whoa, 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 whoa. Now, see, if it was even a joke, even if it was a joke that I feel like Mr. Mark, I give you the Mr. Mark on the joke, da, 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 da. But when you follow it up with that in rapid succession, now it feels anti-black to me. Now, what are you trying to say? What are you trying? I mean, yes, they move around a lot, but what are you trying to say? Because it felt like it was loaded. So go back, come to us on the comments. You know, the comments don't only exist, you guys. On the live section, we have the actual comments. Come in the actual comments. Come see us next week. Let us know what we think. That's going to be our homework for this week. Go back and rewatch that scene and ask yourself, does this feel like something I would be in a room and be okay with? Because when I saw it, it just was like, come on, you know, like, stop it, I say.
Not
I
they
just wasn't
dragging me in
going
the
for it.
comments, but I don't.
Yeah, babe, I
care.
was just gonna tell you,
Oh,
bro.
Brooke, they
Don't
let
go
you
back to the
have it.
comments. Just get in the car and go home, baby. Don't go back to the
Go,
comments.
go
They
back
waiting
to
on
the
you.
No, Brooke, no.
They waiting
Brooke
on
is
you,
from
Brooke. Let's
motherfucking
go.
Memphis. She gonna go back in them comments and she gonna say what the fuck she got to say. And she gonna
You want
say
me
this
to
is
But
my
here's
Memphis.
the thing,
But
though.
keep the
When
car
like
running, Brooke. Keep the
Contessa,
car running.
I'm not gonna wait 7
Well,
months to tell nobody I
wait a
got an
minute, though.
issue.
And well, let me tell you something in the comments. Let's get it all the way right now, because the one thing Brooke did that some of the people don't do.
stand on it.
Oh, then she stood on her word.
Then she
Now,
called
you got
in
something
and
you
did.
want to say? The line is open. Absolutely. She called in and she stood on her word.
Good
And
job.
so I'm going to always give a girl her props for that. Now, David, the people are calling you, David. Don't you hear them calling you, honey?
David has.
Miss
Hear them
Honey.
calling you,
Come on,
honey.
David.
I ain't
All
want to say
right.
Miss Honey. But...
I mean, y'all even got Cortez wanting to jump me. That's my friend. We're not gonna do that. So I don't
Oh,
care. I
Lord
still
Jesus. Nah, he can't do that.
in the words,
You
the
can't, he
last
can't
thing
do
I'm gonna
that.
say in the words of Nene, I said what I said. And that's it.
Honey, what you
Brooke
said
All
ain't
was,
right.
mad at it.
oh, shit.
All right. You heard the people. See you later,
Brooke,
Brooke.
thank
Thank
you
you for
so
coming in
much.
this
Bye,
evening.
Brooke.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Cortez, please don't be jumping none of the people, because they're going to change the name from the Lean to the Brook. So don't do it. Okay. We need you to
From the
keep all
lean
of
to
your
the
intellectual
mean.
property. Okay. Oh, well, let's not get into that. Did you guys have anything to say about the final scene and where we think things are going moving forward?
Hopefully, Eugene corrected himself, and I don't want him to go over there and snatch Kieran big ass up, thinking that Kieran called him a motherfucker when Kieran just actually called himself a motherfucker. So
Go in.
Yeah, he said he misheard him, and he did tweet that. He said all he heard was MF and he was hot.
Oh,
So
Okay, I'm done talking about it.
Heavenly did say that I guess there's, of course, there's going to be more that comes out throughout the season, but she was like, you know, it's going to be so much more that's kind of going to prove her case in so many words in regards to, you know, Contessa really not really being mad about it, but just using her as a storyline.
oh well, thank you, Contessa.
Yeah.
It's Heavenly's turn. Kevin, I love you. I love you, Bookie Duke. I love you, my sweet baby.
Bookie Duke.
The Bookie Duke. Sammy?
We got nobody else.
Yeah.
Y'all know I love Heavenly, and I get that she does a lot of off the wall fuck shit. But this episode was just like, if she has not proven to these girls that's just who she is, and that's who she's gonna be, and they keep accepting it, I don't want to hear no more whining, no more complaining, especially from Kawhi. She sat up there on that episode and gave off that information that she did not have to, that she should not have, and then she's apologizing to Kawhi later on.
Yeah,
that's what Heavenly is. Y'all either take it or leave it, but quit getting your ass in front of these cameras and crying to us about it, because at this point, you bring it on yourself.
Because she's going to do it again.
There's always consequences. I don't want to say consequences, but there's always a reaction after you do something. Like if you want to be yourself and yourself is a little bit kind of like an acquired taste, then you're gonna have to just take that sometimes. People don't have to take your abuse. You don't have, I mean, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, that's just how Heavenly is. Okay, that's fine. Well, you don't have no friends. That's fine. Okay. We don't have no friends then. I mean, I don't understand it, but that's just how she is then, because she's a 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old woman. So at the end of the day, I just feel like she's too old, and they're too old to be letting that even.
They told me that shit right. Sass K pointed out something, and I wanted to say it too. It's very clear, like based on last week, Eugene said how he's just not in the mental space to be doing the work. Eugene is going through something. So for him to keep getting fucked with about his finances when that man is working hard, he gonna blow the fuck up. Like they better leave him alone, or Toya better
leave him alone.
Yeah, something got to give. But Eugene he's struggling. Like he's really struggling.
Leave him alone.
We don't know everything that happened, and I'm not saying that they broke or not. But what I did hear in that confession, she was like, "We close to being." He was like, "You flip one house, now you think you're a billionaire." I really think that although it looks crazy on their end, being a real estate, people do that shit. I just don't think that people think that Toya is smart enough to have done that on her own, and I think that's really.
They are saying that they made $1 million off of that sale, and I think that's kind of where the girl Audra's going to come in later on in the season. Say, yeah, you made $1 million, but then you had XYZ against you, so you really was still in the hole. So, but I mean, they gotta have like good rental history and shit like that, because they ain't renting no little regular little houses on some little side street in South Atlanta. They getting like motherfucking houses in Alpharetta in like gated communities and stuff. So they rental history got to be good, and they gotta have good credit.
I think they're doing.
To get all them damn liens, that show better have some good credit.
I mean, but look at Robin though. She was renting out of the townhome and flipping houses as well. All it is her, I guess, profession. I mean, the hat making and stuff. I'm not sure what she does, but
Robin stayed in New Jersey, right? Where she was coming from?
Robin was not in Chase.
She was outside of Potomac.
Was she in Baltimore?
Same thing. So I just
wasn't in Baltimore. She was in Virginia.
She was outside of Potomac. She was. They had to drive to her. So I mean, I just wish that they'll be more forthright about their stuff, so maybe people won't always kind of second guess Toya in her intelligence, because she has a degree as well. She might have her 3 of them, but she has a college degree, business degree as well. So I mean, I do too. Shit, I'm not slow. Shit.
Rebels Adventure, I'm going to say yes to that on my behalf. TKC has entered the room, and baby, one thing about it, he say not too much, Jasmine, and not too much TKC, because Jasmine gonna pop her ass.
Well, Robin, that house, after that situation happened with their whole house, and I'm sorry, just real quick, when that happened, they probably put that townhome in like their mom and them name and stuff like that.
Well, I'm about to go. I can't take it. No, I'm not doing it.
Chateau, she can't pay.
But Sheree did. Hell, I know that damn chateau is in her mama name. Alleged. This one.
TKC said he loves Robin.
He does. He does.
I mean, I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying she flipped the house while she was renting a townhome with 3 people inside of it. So I was just saying,
listen, Toya, listen to us, because I want the best for you. Okay, learn from the girl Candy Burris. Make it into a money tree. Get the Harris Movers company going. Get the house flipping company going. Get a babysitting company going. Show them mother. Stop being the butt of the joke. Stand up. Not bad this week. I don't like it. Anything else you guys want to say before we go?
No, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I think it is leading into, a really good season, which I never doubted, because Married to Medicine has been one of those shows that has delivered from the very beginning, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to what we got in the weeks to come.
I agree too. Sass K, leave Tony Braxton out of this. We're gonna go ahead.
No, Sass.
No, Sass said it. I didn't say it.
No, you said it. She didn't say nothing about Tony. You said
I don't understand what Tony got to do with it, because we talk about Married to Medicine.
We don't do the Tony slander.
Legend Braxton, okay?
That's worse than going to Candy now. Come on, Chase.
Drive me crazy. That's my
baby. They say, listen. They say Tony filed it for anything, baby. They say Tony say, Tawanda, potato chips.
Oh my God.
Tawanda say, Tony ain't no potato chips. Tony say, file it again. Shit, I don't know what to tell you. Goddamn, file it again. All right, you guys. We love y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Tony, we love you. The Legend Braxton. To David says, hey, Brooke, thank you for calling in. J Dub, Robo, Brooke. Chastity, even all the Chastity,
David,
Cortez,
Kevin,
Sonya,
Taylor,
Delicious,
everybody, all y'all.
Make sure y'all all liked the video too.
We enjoyed you guys today. If you would like tomorrow, honey, come drink, do it. We're
gonna have a meet and greet with one of our panelists, girl, I know your name. I was trying to figure out where you were going with Jasmine, but I won't give out the location. She can if she wants.
Come on in the live tomorrow, y'all. We got some shit we got to say in the comments.
Okay. I just want to say before we leave that Antonio, if you ever get on this live again and tell these people that I am verbally abusive, I'm going to forego the friendship.
Y'all see
Did he
that?
just not verbally abuse you? I don't know. We gotta go. It sounds. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. All right, you guys. Time to lean out.